Breast cancer is a common cancer among women, and one man is trying to change that. 19-year-old Arthur Hitchcock is walking from Long Beach, California to Augusta, Maine. In September, Hitchcock's mother was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. Just 1 month later, she died from the disease.
My main motivation is, raising awareness for breast cancer research.
He is a photographer and is taking pictures and blogging during his trip. Hitchcock has been walking for 10 weeks and estimates he'll reach Maine in about 4 to 5 months.
I'm not from Cleveland. I'm from California. I actually walked here from California. It took me about 5 months, but like you guys are about to walk. I'm just kind of like being a part of this is like really cool. I've probably been through about 200 cities in the last like 5 months. I got a poem for you guys about to march. So this one called Manifest Destiny. Manifest destiny must manifest west me, because I haven't seen it, and you would think with all this walking I would catch a glimpse. It must be my direction.
Welcome to Interviews at 80 miles an hour. I definitely thought about my mom a lot. Pretty much every single day. There's a moment or multiple moments where I think about her or my father, or them both at the same time. It's not always sad, but a lot of the times it's the exact opposite. It's really happy. My father was a professional photographer. He passed away when I was 2. I just kind of know him through his work. Pretty awesome, like in general. She was always talking like she was like getting ready for something. Like she was like trying to make sure that I was gonna be okay. Basically, after she was diagnosed, went downhill like really fast, like after the diagnosis and the treatment.
I slept in a loft on top of Arthur's closet in his room, and that was basically my room. And I remember one night his aunt knocked on the door and she said, "Arthur, you need to get on the phone." He went out of the room and then immediately came back in the room and he said, "Not my mom."
And I never thought I would be, like that kid, like that was just alone at 19 with no parents. I don't know. I felt utterly alone. Like it felt very unfair, and I don't know how to say it any other way. It's just it did not feel real at all. Death is really strange. Like it's not like what you see in the movies or anything else. It's not like this huge climactic event with a sweeping score. Like it's just kind of like, well, it's happened, and then you continue on, and life continues. Life keeps going, and you gotta either sink or swim, I guess, or sit on a couch and vegetate, or walk across the U.S. California, like direction-wise, is pretty easy. I just followed the one all the way up, so I went through everywhere, like Malibu, Santa Barbara.
Hey, you look innocent enough out here. I mean, you're on this side of the rail here.
Yeah.
But technically, you're still on the freeway.
There's nothing for miles. Where are you going?
Long talk.
You want to ride?
No, it's alright. I'm walking.
You're just gonna walk?
Yeah.
We'll get up in the morning, do what we call procedures, which is basically just moving all of the stuff that we have to move to the front of the car when we sleep to the back. So we'll do our procedures, kind of get ready to go, do a little stretching, and then I'm usually always trying to get him to stretch. I love stretching, so we'll stretch, do stuff like that. He'll take off.
When I first started, I was going about 25. After San Francisco, I bumped it up to about 30. Some of the sections in Wyoming, I would do over 50 if I was feeling good that day. Or the most I've ever done is about 62 miles in one day.
It looks nice and thick now. We could probably eat it.
Lots of creosote. It's good for you. You know it's also good for you? Some of this.
Oh God.
Here we go.
Won't you take my hand and hold me under?
After San Francisco, there was no one to follow, so I actually got on Interstate 80 and ended up like ascending pretty quickly, and I walked through like the Lake Tahoe area and found myself in the mountains for about like 3 days. Then just headed straight into the desert on the I-80 and went in through Battle Mountain and Lovelock, Nevada, and Elko.
Ride your coattails on. Say you're coming back. I know you're on the fast track out of Don't you want to stay? Think for one more day. We can talk about it. Yeah. Ba 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 ba. In the air.
Went into Utah, which was gorgeous, but then I got to go through the Bonneville Salt Flats, and that's 75 miles with no like support at all, and that felt like I was walking on the moon. Going through like Laramie, Cheyenne, Point of Rocks, Rock Springs. Then kept going, hit Nebraska, went through Iowa, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and then that wonderful state at the end, Maine.
Today's our last day. We're here in Portland, Maine, and Arthur's on his way to Augusta right now. I can't wait to be there at the end and see him finish and just give him a hug and tell him how proud I am of him. I mean, he's taught me so much about being a man, about being a good person, and about how to talk to people, and that was something that his mom taught him, and that was something that she prepared him for. It was almost like she prepared him for this journey and for this trip.
Tired?
Yeah. I ran the last like 7 miles, and then I got to this person, I talked to him, I was like, how far is Augusta? And he's like, oh, 25 miles. So instead of like being 25 at the beginning of the day, it was 35. I'm running. Okay, I got all my clothes, like a jacket, a flannel, and a spandex thing, and then this. I'm running like this the entire time.
Once we're done here, and once he gets to Augusta, he might be done with this journey, but the real journey has just begun.
Sing to me a little bit louder, I can't hear, and it's my darkest hour. Sing of a river flowing down, and read to me from the gospel pages stories of the rock of ages. One day I shall wear a starry crown, when with heavy burdens weary I stumble, my Lord is near me, lifting up my sorrows in his hand. He leads me by a gentle way, hour by hour and day by day. Empty grave, the rock on which I stand.
So you got 3 miles, dude. You're already starting to smell it. You're already starting to smell like roses.
Sing to me a little bit louder, I can't hear, and it's my darkest hour. Sing of a river flowing down, and read to me from the gospel pages stories of the rock of ages. One day I shall wear a starry crown.
I'm so proud of you, man. Oh, we're gonna go eat Maine's biggest lobster and take a bath, OD on a leave, and coat myself in Bengay and probably wake up at about 4:30.
I've definitely learned to appreciate anything above like nothing, anything above like just being completely buck naked and cold. you really need to hold on to it, and I think it actually took that suffering or that pain to really, like, you can't even grasp it in your brain to appreciate those things unless you have felt like real pain or real suffering. I don't know, I just have this like immense like love now that I feel for just about everyone. I've really learned that, or at least I feel that I've learned that people are in general very good. I'm pretty excited about the future. I'm moving to Oregon, and on the way to Oregon I will pick up an engagement ring and ask for a father's blessing. I think I'm going to propose to my girlfriend and probably get married pretty soon. I'm very excited and totally like very confident in that is completely the right choice. Manifest destiny must manifest west to me because I haven't seen it, and you would think
With all this walking, I would catch a glimpse. It must be my direction. It needs some correction because I don't have one. I walk with the wind, I walk with the road, I walk with them. I'm out to feel insufferable hunger, insatiable thirst. I'm here to do it first. I want to know anguish, hopelessness, and utter isolation. I tread upon your archetypes, your flawless doppelgangers. I float over those worried words of yours, orphaned and sore. This walking has relieved my imprisonment, my cast iron shackles known as relationships. I'm my own man, as it was. Manifest destiny must manifest west of me because I haven't heard and I am listening.
I couldn't even imagine what Arthur was going through at that moment. And I still can't. And the fact that he took all of that raw emotion and immediately put it into something productive and something that wasn't like most 18-year-old kids would do, you know? It kept him away from everyone feeling bad for him. I think that was the last thing he ever wanted, was people to treat him like a charity. What he did was basically the complete opposite. Was I'm going to be a sacrifice. I'm going to go out and walk.
Out the way this time.